Hi guys, and welcome to Crypto Exposed. Okay, I've got two articles here, so I just want to go through this because we're looking, in a very uncertain time right now in the market. So we've got CNBC warns Bitcoin could drop to lows of 40k. How low could XRP go? And then we've also got here XRP realized profit / loss ratio hits 2022 bear market lows, bottoming signal ? Okay, cool. So, right, I'm going to just basically, discuss where we are in the market right now and just what I think from my opinion. Of course, it is my opinion. I'm not here saying like I'm any kind of, chart analyst or anything like that. I'm just giving you my perspective as someone who's been through a bear market and a bull run. So, okay, we're getting to a point now where, we're really starting to slide down, right? We're having quite a drop. XRP is getting to a point where it's like around $1 or something like that. It might have dropped below. I'm not 100% sure. It's not looking great, right? It's not looking great. So for me, this is what I will say, okay? When we look at how much, like I did a quick check to see like what kind of percentage drop have we had since the recent all-time high of XRP. So when it was like $3 and some change, whatever, to where it is now, it's roughly around 70%, give or take, right? Now, for me, when you hear about bear markets, normally they say bear markets are when the coin can drop 70 to 90%. It can lose 70 to 90% of its value. And if you just go back to the title of the article that I just mentioned, it said XRP has hit its 2022 bear market lows. So to me, again, like I would say, it does seem like we're in a bear market. I'm not really here to argue it though, to be honest with you. Like I'm really not here to be like, yes, we're in a bear market and fight against it. If we're in a bull market, great, and it is just a consolidation phase. I'm just saying it doesn't look great right now from what I can see. But yeah, like to me, it's all semantics. Like what I just want to know is like, when are we going to get out of this position, right? When is it going to get to a point of us getting back into the price action and whatnot? And so for me, this is what I'll say in terms of where we are in the market and stuff like that. I've got good news and I've got bad news. The good news is, and again, this is my opinion, I think long term crypto will be fine. Like I've got no worry in the sense of thinking like, okay, crypto's done for now, it's over, and we're just never going to see great runs or anything like that again. No value coming to it anymore. It's going to die out. I don't believe that, right? I really don't believe that. And the reason why I don't believe that is because we've seen so much adoption over the last year or so. At the end of the day, we know that the Clarity Act is trying to get passed through. We know that there's companies, there's banks, there's governments that want to adopt this technology. Like we can see it all happening. So I don't think it's going anywhere. So in that sense, I'm very confident and comfortable about the future of XRP and just the crypto space as a whole. The bad news for me is I don't know how long it's going to take for us to get out of this situation. That's the thing for me, right? Like, is this a thing now where, some analysts are saying like, by the end of this year, towards next year, we're going to start seeing, positive price action again? Like, is that going to be the case? I hope so. I really hope so. But to me, I think we're in a very weird place within the market in general at this point, right? And I'll elaborate on that now. So going back to October last year, Bitcoin was at around $126,000. Everything was looking fine. We had the big liquidation event, which, as I've said numerous times, I believe was manipulated. There was a huge bet that was put on just before it happened, started shorting the market, literally shorted the market, continued to short right up until Trump put out a different post and kind of changed his mind, which then made the markets cool a bit and started to have a little bit of a relief rally. Not much of one, but it did. And so someone made the perfect trade on that, and they actually opened up an account within 15 minutes before putting that trade on. So brand new account, right, opens up a trade, shorts the market, makes absolute millions, then sells off right before the next post comes out by Trump, and then we get the relief rally. So it was literally the perfect trade. So it was a manipulated event. It's pretty clear to see, right? Now, we've seen now that in this bull run that we had with Bitcoin, because to be fair, Bitcoin had a bull run. Like, that's fair to say. Bitcoin got up to $126,000. That's good. That's a bull run activity. But the question is had that manipulated event not happened, where would Bitcoin have got to? where would have XRP got to, and all the other cryptos, right? Like there's plenty of other cryptos I can say this for. And so that's a question that we have to ask, but we don't know the answer, right? And so we know, though, in that bull run, there was some coins, like we didn't have an alt season, basically, right? So there was only a select few coins that really ran up, right? So XRP was one of them. XRP had a good run. But there was a lot of coins that really didn't pretty much move at all. Like I've got coins that I held up until, you know, the liquidation event. I'm still holding now, but what I'm saying is up until that point, they never really moved from their bear market lows. They barely moved up at all. So this was very different. And now a lot of people are saying, like, you know, we're going to have a run towards, you know, 2026 to 2027. Now, first and foremost, we don't know if that's true, but even if it is true, the market's acting very strange. It's not your usual market behavior. So, you know, the whole thing of this time's different, you know, famous last words and all that kind of thing, it's kind of applicable here. Like it is different. Like it literally is different, you know. So to me, I do just look at this now and say, it's hard to say how this is going to be. Like, is this meaning that we're going to be in, you know, another 4-year wait? I don't know now, because let's say, for example, the Clarity Act gets passed. I don't know for sure what that's going to do. I don't know. But what if that, you know, sends the market into a frenzy? Because what if then the doors open and institutions start coming in and saying, right, we're going to use this network and this network and this network, and, you know, the market just start going crazy. So, you know, it's one of these things where, like, it's hard to really call how this is going to go right now. And, you know, I don't have the answer to that, unfortunately. So I'm not here to, like, you know, give you any kind of, you know, like false hope here. I don't know how long it's going to take. And that's like the thing, that's the frustration, right? Because, you know, like I see videos now where they say, like, stop being worried and, you know, you've got nothing to be worried about. It's not that I'm worried. It's how long is this going to take at this point, right? Because realistically, the bull market, like, should have been done now. Like, we should have had the full rally of the, you know, the alt season, everything. Like, really, we should all be sitting here now at this point and we've all, you know, made our life-changing wealth at this stage. Like, we should have had that at this point. So we've kind of been robbed of that opportunity. And the question is now, is that still going to come towards the end of this year into next year? Or are we going to have to wait, you know, another 3 years now or another 4 years for that to come back? And then the question is, like, when you can see that manipulation that happened, like, is the manipulation going to be, you know, having an effect on the markets and stuff like that at this point now? Is it a point where it's going to be very controlled rallies and stuff like that, you know? So it's hard to say. It is very hard to say, but I do think long term, when we really get to the real adoption phase, because, you know, the Clarity Act isn't passed yet, so we haven't really got the big institutions here like we want them. Yes, there are still a few that are, you know, marching on, but there's still many that are not willing to take the risk. So, you know, once the Clarity Act is passed, it will be very different. There will be a lot more institutional adoption. I'm very confident of that. But I don't know how long that's going to take. Like, for example, you know, it's getting to a point where we don't know if that's going to get passed this year. And then the worry is, if it doesn't get passed this year, what's going to happen? Because if, let's say, you know, Trump's party loses and then we get the other party, I'm trying not to say their names so I don't know if it harms the channel, but, you know, if the other party gets in, are they going to be positive for crypto, or are they going to be against crypto? Because they was against crypto before. So they might just completely, you know, abandon the Clarity Act or something like that, or make it even, you know, worse for retail holders. So it's a very difficult time. So look, I will say long term, I think it's going to be okay. That's just my personal opinion. But the question is, you know, how long is long term? That's the part that I don't have the answer to. I don't know how long it's going to take for us to get out of this slump at this point. But, you know, again, for me, when I'm looking at this, it does indicate bear market activity. You know, and I'm not here trying to, it's not a hill I'm wanting to die on, because I just don't care enough to be arguing about it. But I'm just saying, if we look at the activity, it's very much looking like it's a bear market, to be honest with you. It just is. So I don't know if it's a bear market or just a consolidated bull run. But I would, if I had to make a choice, I would say it's a bear market. So we've got to see now how long this could last for. It could be a temporary bear market, you know, like a very short one compared to other bear markets and stuff like that. Like I say, we are in a weird time now where the bull run that we had wasn't like normal bull runs. So the whole market and the dynamics could be completely different now. You know, it could be that all the old chart data that you have and stuff like that kind of goes out the window because everything just seems different now. Which to a degree makes sense because, you know, you didn't have, you know, the government involved in crypto before. Like you've got, you know, a president making meme coins and stuff like that. So it's very different now. It's very different to how it was before. So, you know, you've got BlackRock involved in crypto and, you know what I mean? Like you've got all these ETFs. So you have got like the elites involved with this as well now. And that could be making it very different too, right? So, yeah, I don't know how this is going to end in terms of like how long it takes, but I do think long term the value will come. Like, you know, these cryptos are going to get adopted at some point. So I just think that's the day when, you know, things will look a lot better. So who knows how long that takes, but I just thought I'd share my thoughts on this. Okay, I'll leave it there. If you did like this, please remember to like, comment and subscribe so you can be updated for future XRP content. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you can be alerted on when I do drop a new video. Thank you very much for watching this, and I'll see you all on the next one.